1 point up for grabs here in singles. Douglas and Zulaika, two veterans here in this top-ranked group. First match of the day for Zulaika compared to Douglas, playing his second. Douglas 6-4 last season, Zulaika at 5-5, very close in terms of the records. They split the two matches played against one another. Ready to go here. The Fall 24 edition, Zulaika and Douglas.
We're ready to begin our next match. Top level singles. Douglas serves for the Warriors. There's the serve. We begin. Rotate forehand by Douglas. Here's Zulaika from the 8 line. Robote left side by Douglas. Caught by Zulaika. Backhand from the 5. Robote coming out. Robote forehand by Douglas. Scoop high on the left side of Zulaika. That backhand, however, hits the overhead screen. That's out of play. First point of this match goes to Douglas of the Warriors.
Slower pace coming out to begin this match. Zulaika trying to force Douglas to play the ball deep in the backcourt and lay up some of these rebotes where then Zulaika could get aggressive on the next throw. Considerably different than some of the pace we've seen in this top-ranked group.
Powerful forehand by Zulaika. Robote forehand. Zulaika on the Robote. Douglas takes it in the air at the 8 line. Drop shot. Zulaika read it. Got a start. Could not get there. 2 points for Douglas. He serves.
Yeah, caught Zulaika backing up a little bit as he winded that throw up. Douglas has tremendous power. You have to respect it. Look at this. Just above the pad.
Yeah, drop
second
shot
bounce
from,
there.
The 8 line, that's
right at the 4.
Gotta have confidence to throw that ball. Douglas coming straight over the top on that serve. Big backhand by Zulaika. Rotate forehand by Douglas. Here's Zulaika winding up. Costado 2-0 by Douglas. Stopped by Zulaika. Karam by Zulaika will score. Zulaika of the Chargers will take the serve. 1 point.
Such good defense here. Douglas going for the 2-wall. Zulaika gets out to it, but look at this. It looks like he's going to throw the forehand, and at the last second, opens up the hips, turns into the sidewall, and throws it perfectly.
Really well done.
Douglas, I mean, he's backing up, trying to take that ball off the sidewall, and that late little reaction, opening up and throwing the shot. Beautiful, the Karam from the outside.
Here's a backhand by Douglas. Robote forehand by Zulaika. Douglas, tough catch at the side wall. Robote forehand by Zulaika. Douglas takes it down low, winds up. Back to the inside he goes, where it will score. 3 points for Douglas of the Warriors. He serves. Throw the ball where your opponent's not.
Zulaika committed out there to the 2-wall. All of his weight going back towards the outside. Look at this. Douglas didn't even throw this one all too powerfully. But when you make that big of a lunge towards the outside, there's really no chance to get back in there and make a play.
Here's the backhand by Douglas, powerfully thrown from the 10 line. The rotate forehand by Zulaika goes wall to wall. Rotate left side by Douglas. Caught in the air by Zulaika. Zulaika takes a peek, sends it back. That would have been an amazing catch. That ball coming off the sidewall and scoring. Zulaika has 2 points.
Yeah, you said it, Stu. I mean, right on the numbers crossing up above his head for Douglas.
Yeah, that catch would have been, I mean, we've seen him make it, but.
Best catch rate on the roster last season, but that is it's probably as difficult as it gets, especially that speed, too. I didn't throw that ball.
In practice, the only one that I've seen come close to that is you.
Yes, I would.
Here's the backhand by Douglas. Ooh, you do catch it. You really did. Robote to the inside by Zulaika. Lighter touch. Douglas is there. Ball dies coming off the back wall. 4 points for Douglas of the Warriors. He serves.
That's what he's trying to do. Drop it right where the back wall and the floor meet. Dead bounce, perfectly executed. Douglas leading by 2 now.
Call over serve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. There's a backhand by Zulaika. Robote forehand by Douglas. Zulaika, tough grab there at the 9 line. Backhand by Douglas again. Robote left side. Zulaika commits to the 2-all. Douglas overran it. Well thrown by Zulaika to score. He has 3 points and the serve. Yeah, Douglas committed. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, no, I was just going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, committing hard to the outside and
See, if you're going to catch that ball with your right side, it basically, he would have had his forehand extended and ball would have been in range, but came up right on top of his body. That's what happened on Douglas's end. On Zulaika's end, that was a beautiful 2-all. It's my turn. Here's a catch by Douglas, backhand to the inside. Robote forehand. Douglas looking for Robote at the 8 line, sends it deep. Robote forehand by Zulaika. Nice save by Douglas. Zulaika has it the 6 line, 2-all. Stopped by Douglas in a beautiful catch. What a catch by Zulaika. He maintains control. Douglas is there. Catch by Zulaika. Costado 2-all.
wow.
Lands in and scores a beautifully played point by both players. 4-4 is the score. Zulaika has a serve for the Chargers.
Look at the angle at which this cut down off the front wall. Look at this. It looks like it's going wide, drops down sharp, and Douglas not there again. Well, he's been the victim of a couple by Zulaika and Iturbide throughout the day today.
They both throw it well. It's kind of hard to explain how it's going on in my head, but like Iturbide throws the 2-all fast,
Yeah.
and Zulaika throws it hard.
A little more finesse with the combination of power, and Zulaika is just pure power.
Power, just-
all power.
And that follow through is what basically brings it down. Here's the backhand by Douglas. Right to the corner, out to the Robote, played from the forehand of Zulaika. Robote forehand save by Douglas. Zulaika has it on the forehand. Going hard, Douglas, great catch at the 7. Does not overthrow it, stopped by Zulaika. Robote forehand by Zulaika. Rotate forehand, carom by Douglas, stopped by Zulaika. Zulaika low and hard, and that will score off the cesta of Douglas. Another well-played point by both players. Possible set point for Zulaika of the Chargers.
If you go for that forehand carom Robote, you have to ensure that you're going to beat your opponent to the outside. The ball, the way it's spinning, tends to stay more to the inside of the court as it reacts off the front wall, giving Zulaika an extra half a second to make that play. Got there and then
really,
killed it.
If your opponent is inside, if he's inside and you're volleying and you're volleying and you're volleying, then all of a sudden you throw it. That's decidedly different than what happened there.
Yeah.
I mean, good effort by Douglas. Just the timing, Zulaika just read it perfectly.
Just kind of floated up there, able to make the catch, and a beautiful forehand inside, giving Zulaika a 5-4 lead.
Here's the backhand by Douglas off a powerful serve by Zulaika. Robote forehand by Zulaika, caught by Douglas. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Rotate forehand, save at the 8 line. Douglas reaching behind him to make this catch. Here's the backhand. To the corner it goes. Robote forehand by Zulaika. Douglas on the Robote. Catch by Zulaika. He winds up. Inside. It scores. Point and set to Zulaika of the Chargers. Taking the first set 6-4. We'll put 2 minutes on the board, come back out, play our next set. Hard fought first set there for both players. Look, going into this, Zulaika's fresh. He hasn't played yet. Douglas had quite a practice earlier in the day.
And quite a match to start the day, too.
And then a 3-setter to begin with, so. Douglas just so smooth in this drop shot. So well done.
Yeah, got him started early, couple points. And Zulaika started to turn it on, gets there on the outside. This started the run. Perfect carom.
Very well executed by Zulaika. Scoop here by Douglas is beautiful.
You just got him going the other way. That's why that costado is such an effective weapon. Just keeps the defense honest. That one right above his head.
He was in the right place for it.
Yeah,
just that one. Yeah, that's just beautifully executed by Zulaika. That's a forehand camera bote, but
it doesn't. Yeah, it looked like he just kind of flicked it up. Maybe not the intent. It just kind of opened up a little more. And Zulaika from the outside, low percentage for Douglas to make the catch. And another one, this time along the sidewall, just missed.
But tremendous play by both players. Here we are on the DraftKings Players Cage. Players coming back here to take breaks in between sets and to prepare for matches. See Douglas consulting there with Manny, who's got more professional experience than anyone else in the, well, not anyone else in the building, but I was going to say R is sitting on my R is sitting on my right. He goes back to 1976. Nah. But a good person for Douglas to consult with. Looks like they're getting ready to begin this second set. We're ready to begin our second set. Douglas will have the serve for the Warriors.
We've seen it once today from Douglas already. Nice comeback win with Manny first time around. He's got to win these next two here against Zulaika.
Douglas serves, the second set now underway. Douglas on the backhand powerfully from the 9 line. Rotate forehand by Zulaika. Rotate forehand. Play to pass. Zulaika looks for the rebote. To the inside it goes at Douglas's feet. He makes the scoop. Costalo 2-all. Perfectly executed by Douglas to score. Douglas will get the first point of the second set for the Warriors. He serves.
Such a beautiful combination. Scoop right on the wall and then the 2-all to follow.
Yeah, the scoop and 2-all to follow is just really a thing of beauty here in highlight.
Such control, too. I mean, the way Douglas threw it in rhythm, didn't overthrow it, opened up just perfectly. Well done.
Here's the backhand by Zulaika. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand by Douglas. Play to pass. It does. At the side wall, Zulaika makes a save. That's a tough one. Good pickup by Douglas. Zulaika with a great catch inside to place it. Scores. 1-1. Zulaika has the serve for the Chargers.
A little too much angle there off the side wall. I mean, Zulaika caught that in the air up at about the 9 line. Again, if you go for the 3-wall, you want to hit it off the back wall and have it open up towards the outside. That's more of a high carambola. Throwing it at that height, a lot of time for Zulaika to react and make that catch in the air that he did. And if he does so, you're out of the point.
Yeah. Some opponents more than others, especially this particular. Here's the backhand by Douglas. That clears the overhead screen high and hard to the back wall. Rebote forehand by Zulaika. Rebote forehand by Douglas. Outside placement of the forehand rebote will land out of play. 2 points for Douglas of the Warriors. He serves. It's one of those, he knew it when he threw it.
Yeah.
Frustration. He was throwing an outside placement off the rebote. That's a bold shot, but a bit wide.
And by the reaction, just had to escape a little bit more to the outside than Zulaika would have wanted there.
Here's the backhand by Zulaika. Robote forehand to the inside. Robote forehand back to the inside. Zulaika, good pickup at the 9 line. Douglas, 2-all.
That's a
perfectly
great
executed
throw.
and scoring 3 points for Douglas of the Warriors. He serves. What a time to throw it. He threw it with authority. I mean, we had the benefit of basically being able to look through the glass and see the expression on the players' faces. Not always a pleasant thing, but in that case, just Douglas had this look of seriousness. Robote forehand by Douglas. Here's Zulaika winding up. Costello 2-all. Douglas reads it, stops it. The return will score to the inside. 4 points for Douglas. He serves. Douglas seems to have found his second wind.
In kind of the same case in the doubles match, too. I mean, he played harder in the second and third sets than he did in set number 1. I mean, he heard the interview afterwards. He said he wasn't thrilled with his play, a couple more mistakes, but his level of energy certainly picked up, and you're seeing that here. More aggressive on the inside, throwing a couple more shots. Now Zulaika wondering where that ball's going as opposed to the other way around.
Zulaika throws it low and hard from the right side. Douglas on the backhand. Zulaika going for the save. That winds up coming up short. 5 points for Douglas, possible set point. Here's a catch by Zulaika. Carom by Zulaika, beautifully thrown.
Oh, good stop.
Here's the catch by Douglas. Douglas caught it, returned it, it scores. We're going to a third set.
(6-1). Quite the response for Douglas. I mean, his resiliency, I mean, but one of his best characteristics today, coming back in the first match and right here. I mean, just a completely different player in set 2. Started with this 2-all off the Robote.
Throw the ball where your opponent's not, and that's exactly what Douglas was able to do there. We were talking earlier, sometimes, I mean, that's just a beautiful long carom by Zulaika. Douglas read it perfect. Zulaika almost seeming like, wow, he got it. I'm probably
Just picked it right off the net,
yeah,
huh?
I'm probably in trouble. There you see Nicholas in the Magic City hoodie. Manny, who signed his first professional highlight contract back in 2001 here in the United States. Douglas, I think, was 5.
Back in, well, he would have been 2001. I mean, he's younger than me, and I was born in '97. I think he would have been.
All right, I get it.
Yeah, he was maybe 1 or 2, I think, at that time.
So back to
the highlight.
DraftKings.
Sorry,
Players
Stu.
gauge. No, that's all right. See Douglas there tying into Sesta for what will no doubt be an important and exciting third set.
No, you never want to throw too many shots at this level because the defense is so great. I mean, all these guys read the ball well, they move well, but you just have to throw a couple to keep the defense honest, and that 2-all off the Robote just opened up that set for Douglas. I mean, just having that in the back of Zulaika's mind, hey, he could throw this if I pass him. He's not going to be as aggressive trying to cut balls off, and if Zulaika's not catching it up in front of the 7-8 line, he's not going to do that much damage. Just a well-played set, a lot more thought, good play by Douglas. See what they can do here. Chance for the Warriors to win another match, and for the Chargers to get on the board.
We're ready to begin our third and final set. Zulaika has a serve for the Chargers. Here's the serve. We begin. With an ace. Beautiful serve by Zulaika to score.
Yeah, I think Douglas was kind of expecting that to be over. I mean, it looked pretty deep in the box, but crossing up above, well above his head. I mean, he had to leap to get up to it.
There's a backhand by Douglas, passing to the corner. Coming out low on the rebote.
Oh, he's got to move
Zulaika
up.
was able to make the save, and it scores just above the pad. 2 points for Zulaika. He serves for the Chargers.
With a hooked rebote in singles is a lot more effective than it would be here in doubles. I mean, hanging a little deep into the backcourt, get it just above the pad, absorbs a lot of the speed as it hits the side and front wall. Just doesn't stay up there. And certainly not enough time to get from the 11 line up to about the 3. And Douglas is one of the fastest on the roster, too.
Another powerful serve by Zulaika, backhand by Douglas. Zulaika winds up, goes back to the inside. Douglas gets in there to make the rebote. He makes the save, he's up. Zulaika to the inside, that will score. 3 points for Zulaika, he has the serve. Boy, Douglas went into that sidewall hard with that shoulder. I mean, like real hard.
I mean, this is all he can do, just trying to dig it out to keep the rally going. But look at Zulaika. Runs around it, keeps it on his left side, gets it to the costado, and that forces Douglas to make a choice, and still with enough power to beat him inside, even though he guessed correctly.
Yeah. Difficult catch by Douglas. Here's Zulaika, rifling it low and hard to the inside where it scores. That's 4 straight points for Zulaika. He has the serve.
A little help from the sidewall there. Douglas just did make the, the catch off the serve.
This is the hardest forehand I've seen him throw out here off. That wasn't a serve.
He came over the top and threw it that low. I mean, that ball's got a little bit of zip on it.
Backhand by Douglas, passes. Rebote coming out at the side wall from the 7 line. Rebote forehand by Douglas, play to pass, cut off, and a beautiful catch by Zulaika. Rebote forehand off the tip, that is 5 points. Possible set, possible match point for Zulaika of the Chargers. He serves. Zulaika just on fire here in this 3rd and final set.
I mean, sometimes in this group, too, everybody's so skilled that the other guy it's just his day or he has. I mean, in this set, you see 5 straight points for Zulaika. Just nothing Douglas can do. A couple of unfortunate bounces going against Douglas, too, but 5-0, pretty decisive.
Douglas with the catch. There's the backhand. Rebote. Rebote forehand. Douglas advances, winds up. Costado up the middle, stopped by Zulaika. Zulaika low and hard, back to the inside. Douglas is there. Costado 2-all. Will score for the win. Point, set, and match to Zulaika of the Chargers, taking it in the 3rd set, 6-0.
First point of the game day for the Chargers. There's Zulaika, 3-set winner, 6-4, 1-6, 6-0 to close it out over Douglas. Take another look here at the final throw. Costado, a powerful 2-ball here, opens up just in the net before Douglas can make the play.
Let us hear from the winner of that singles match, Zulaika of the Chargers.
All right, Zulaika, congratulations on winning that match. That was such an intense match going all the way to 3 sets. What did you do between that 2nd and 3rd set to go out firing like that on every shot? 6 points straight.
I try to reset my mind, go back to the basics. The end singles game, it's ABC. You gotta serve well, make a good rebote, and finish the point. So I try to do that, and hopefully I got a good result.
Well, Zulaika, again, congratulations on winning that match. Let's see what else happens on today's game day.
Thank you.